Hello! So I have a bonus video for you guys this week because I have this big old stack of subscription boxes that I need to open. So I'm just going to get into a little bit more of a comfortable position. So I have 5 boxes to open up for you guys today. These have all arrived in the last like week, 2 weeks, and I was going to include them in my next book haul, which is going to be coming very soon. But that book haul, I haven't done a book haul since August, so that's already going to be over 50 books. So I thought I'd just do the unboxings in a separate video. But we have the Goldsboro Sci-Fi and Fantasy Fellowship for November. We also have, I think that this one is the November Illumicrate. I know what book is in that. I'm excited about it. I think that this Illumicrate is the Afterlight box, which is the quarterly romance subscription. We also have the November Fairyloot, and then we have a big old box of special editions, a special edition Trilogy from Fairyloot. So I'm just gonna crack into these. I think I'm gonna start with the Illumicrate. So if you guys are unfamiliar with Illumicrate, they are a UK-based sci-fi and fantasy book subscription box. In every box you will get a brand new hardback book and a selection of Bookish goodies, and this one was sent to me by the Illumicrate team, so thank you guys very much for that. Brought some scissors down to the floor. No idea where they are now. Oh, scissors! Where are they? I am as well, I feel like I should warn you guys, I have only just had my morning coffee and we got an espresso machine recently, so I am highly caffeinated right now. Da, da, da. This video is going to be like chaptered at the bottom as well if you guys want to avoid spoilers or skip through the boxes. But the theme for the November Illumicrate is death and fortune, and I know that the book in here is Little Thieves by Margaret Owen, which is a book that I had an e-arc for, but it was formatted terribly so I couldn't read it. So I'm real happy that it's in this box because I do really like Margaret Owen. But on the top here we have one of the Illumicrate book tins. It has a fiery horse in it, so I don't know what this is inspired by, but these are just metal book tins that you can put things inside. The quote in this one, oh, it's a Maggie Stiefvater one, so I think it's the Scorpio races, but the quote says, "There are moments that you'll remember for the rest of your life, and there are moments that you'll think you'll remember for the rest of your life, and it's not often they turn out to be the same moment." I don't love these as an item, but they do come in handy because I do put my excess pins, because like this is my only pin flag at the minute. It's already half full, the rest are already full, so I put like excess pins and stuff in until I get some more flags. We also have a teacup. Oh yes, this is one of the collectible teacups, so there is a saucer in here as well. This one is Nemesis, the goddess of retribution. I really like these. I think that they're really pretty, but I don't really have much use for them because they're so small, and I don't have space to display them because I already have like all of the Rosie Thorn mugs and like mugs from other subscription boxes as well. But I do think that they're really pretty, and they probably look good on Instagram. If I did like a good solid flat lay, these would probably be a good addition. But there is the saucer for this one as well, and this is what she looks like. Okay, next up we got a lot of high value items in here, because next up we have, oh, this is one of the foldy book sleeves, but this is a book sleeve. What is this? It's upside down, which is why I'm confused. Oh, this one is inspired by either Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit. We all know I don't know a whole ton about Lord of the Rings, but the design is called Smaug's Hoard. And these are, why don't I have a single hardback book around me? The dust jackets for hardbacks, I actually like using these because I don't like to read with my dust jacket on, but if there's foiling under the cover, I also don't want my sweaty hands to rub off the design. So these are real handy for that, although you can't fit like massive hardbacks in them, which is like their only flaw. We also have the pin of the month. These are bonus items for Illumicrate. In every box you will get a pin that normally matches the book of the month, and I think they're all designed by Stacey McAvoy Caunt as well. Just gonna pop that straight into my handy dandy book tin. Oh my god, we have one of these bookmarks. So this one is, can I tell what it's inspired by? She Who Became the Sun. Have not read that one yet. Oh, I love the strand, like the ribbony thing on this. But in the Night Circus box, they had one of these like laser cut metal bookmarks, and I thought it was absolutely stunning, and I was hoping that they would continue to make them for other books. So I'm actually going to put this back on the backing card because it's hard to see because it's see-through. but it is like, as you guys can see, it's a real intricate laser cut design, and that's the tassel. That's the word I was looking for. So really love that. We also have this, quite a few items and quite a few like more high value items in this one. Magnet. Oh, ornament. He says you share tea. Hanging ornament. So I'm not sure what it's inspired by. Maybe it's just like a quote. But the quote on this says, the first time you share tea, you are a stranger. The second time you share tea, you are an honored guest. The third time you share tea, you become family. And it is a little hanging ornament. Handy that it came in the November box, so that like, because I only put my tree up on the 1st of December. We also have a pen. The pen is not included in the thing, so I think it's just an Illumicrate pen, which to be honest, like you can't go wrong with a good pen. I hope it is a good pen. Then right at the bottom here, we have the letter from the author on the back of this little art print. And oh, I didn't do on the spoiler card, the theme for next month as well is cursed, and this one is for fans of Winternight, Nevermore, Winternight and Nevermore actually, Girl Serpent Thorn and Ninth House. So that's exciting. But the book of the month, we already know it's Little Thieves. I hope it's a real nice edition because I do really like Margaret Owen. You should read her Merciful Crow series if you haven't yet. I really like that one. We have stenciled edges. Da, 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 da. Okay, pretty. So I think that the cover is pretty standard. I don't have a mobile phone anymore. Yeah, so the cover is the same as the standard cover, but we have these real pretty stencil sprayed edges, and I don't think this one isn't signed, but we have a signed book plate for it. Oh wow, this is, it's not foiled, but it's like, it's printed. That is gorgeous. Makes up for the cover just being standard. What a beautiful book. Okay, so let's see if I can remember what the plot of this is from the 50 pages that I read of it. In here, we are following a girl. It's a retelling of The Goose Girl, I think. So once upon a time, there was a girl and her maid, and the girl was betrothed. I can't remember if she's a princess, but she was betrothed to the king of Faraway Kingdom. And when she was traveling there, she took her maid with her, and her maid swapped places with her. So the princess ends up spending a year as maid, and the maid ends up spending a year as a princess. So in here, we're following the maid, and she is essentially like, her godparents are the gods of death and fortune, and when she got to a certain age, they said that she had to pick between them, and she didn't want to, so she ran away to make it on her own. And where we pick up this story, she's essentially trying to complete a series of elaborate heists to rob a load of rich people and earn her freedom. However, she takes something that's like a powerful artifact connected to a god, and the god curses her and says, if you don't give back what you stole, then you'll pay for your greed. And she starts to turn into a pile of diamonds and rubies. So the 50 pages I read of it were good. It was just that the arc was so badly formatted that I couldn't continue. So as usual, let me know in the comments what your favorite item from this box is. I'm going with the book sleeve on this one, but I also really like the bookmark. So next up, we have the Afterlight box by Illumicrate. This one was not sent to me. I paid for this myself. This one is a quarterly romance subscription, and I think all of the books are paperback in here, although they might be a mix of paperback and hardback occasionally. And you get like 2 to 4 self-care items in this one. Adult romance. I think this one costs, is it £24 for me including shipping? I am in the UK, so shipping isn't ridiculously expensive for me. The reason I get the Afterlight one, like you guys know, I mainly read fantasy with just a bit of romance. I don't have a big selection of just standard like adult contemporary romance, and I have been getting into it a little bit more over this year, so this is giving me the opportunity to expand my collection a little bit more. But from what I can see, we have 3 items in here. First one is a little sleep mask with this real pretty mushroom like autumnal design. Very nice, we like it a lot. I'm not doing the rest of the video like this though. Look at my fringe, look at what we've done. We also have this, feels like a chunky porcelain-y item, which it is. It is I really like the flecking on this. It says Moonlight Readers Club, and I don't use the Rosy Thorn mugs that I've got because obviously I can't replace them. I would actually use this one because it's not as like, it is an exclusive design, but it's not quite as much of an exclusive design, so that's real cool. Okay, for the book we have hardback this time, and this one is All the Feels by Olivia Dade. I know that they did have an option to add on another book, which is another book by Olivia Dade, to this one, but I decided against it because I wasn't overly bothered. But I have not heard of this book, so I'll read you guys the synopsis. Catch a Falling Star, Alexander Woodrow has it all. Charm, wealth, a starring role on the biggest show on TV. But the showrunners have wrecked his character. He's hounded by old demons and his future remains uncertain. When all that reckless emotion explodes into a bar fight, the tabloids and public agree. His star is falling. Enter Lauren, the former ER therapist hired to keep him in line. Compared to her previous work, watching over a handsome but impulsive actor shouldn't be especially difficult. But the more time she spends with Alex, the harder it is to hold on to her professionalism and her heart. When another scandal lands him in major hot water and costs Lauren her job, Alex becomes determined to keep his impossibly stubborn and extremely endearing minder in his life any way he can. And on a road trip up the California coast together, he intends to show her exactly what a falling star will do to catch the woman he loves. Nice. Standard contemporary romance. Sounds good to me. And we also have a little signed bit here that says, if you ever live out the only one bed trope in real life, may it bring you just as much delight as it does Alex. Olivia Dade. That's cool. I like that. So next up, I think we'll tackle the November Fairyloot. This one was also sent to me to open for you guys if you are unfamiliar with Fairyloot. They are a UK-based YA fantasy subscription box. In here, you get a brand new hardback in an exclusive edition and a selection of bookish goodies. And of course, thank you to Fairyloot for sending this one my way. I've heard good things about this Fairyloot. I don't think I remember what the book is, if I ever knew at all what it was. I see why I've heard good things already. So the theme for this month is Vengeance is Yours. There is the theme card art. So the first item that I saw before I've just wriggled everything around is this travel mug. I've got a lot of mugs today. That is inspired by Jade Fire Gold. I love how the box matches the item. This is, what does it say under here? It says the heart is not a weakness, and it's a nice travel mug. So next up we have this, which says Poppy War enamel pin. So I'm gonna guess it's a Poppy War enamel pin. And the quote on this says, I don't believe in gods, I believe in power. Then we have this, which is a notebook. That was the back. It's a From Blood and Ash notebook. This says From Blood and Ash we will rise. It also has sprayed edges, which is cool. And oh, it's not a notebook. It is a review book because it has just single pages, which is cool. I like that. I love me a reading journal, and this is the kind of reading journal that I would actually use because I put most of my stuff in a spreadsheet. But this is just for like page count, stars, and brief thoughts. So you then have a fabric item, which is, oh, fluffy. Is it a flannel? A cloth? A Vicious microfiber cloth. Vicious is one of my favorite series. Microfiber cloth is a really cool idea, actually. And this says, the world resists when you break its rules. Real good box from Fairyloot. Oh, I've missed something. I've missed something in here. We have Rage of Dragons washi tape. That's cool. I like this. I love a good washi tape. Oh, it's a foiled one too. That's real pretty. So as your bonus items in Fairyloot, you get 2 tarot cards, with the idea being that when you have a ton of Fairyloots, you have a full deck of tarot. And these ones are the 8 and 7 of Pentacles. Characters are from A Song of Wraiths and Rowan by Roseanne Brown. And then the book of the month, which I have no idea what it is, so this will be a nice surprise, especially as Fairyloot editions are always beautiful, is this way. Oh, we have the monthly fairy skip. We also have a letter from the author on this art, and I've just dropped the bookmark, but it is Jade Fire Gold. Oh, this is an exclusive edition, so I'll overlay the cover over the top. But I love the colorway on this a lot more than I like the colorway on the standard edition. We have some real pretty stenciled edges on here as well. And do we have foiling and under dust jacket art? We have under dust jacket art, and we have foiling. So there's the foiling on this one. Oh, do we have any? No, not on the back. And there is the under dust jacket art. So I have seen this around. It has piqued my interest, but I don't know what it's about, so let's have a look at this flap. In an empire on the brink of war, Arn is no one with no past and no family. Alton is a lost heir, his future stolen away as a child. When they meet, Alton seeks in Arn a path to reclaiming the throne. Arn sees a way to finally unlock her past and understand her lethal magical abilities, but they may have to pay a far deadlier price than either would have imagined. Sounds good to me. So as with all of the other boxes, please let me know down in the comments what your guys' favorite item from this month's boxes. I think mine, this is a really good box. This is one of my favorite boxes from Fairyloot, actually. I think I was gonna say any of these, but I think that that is all of them. I don't know if I'm gonna use this. I want to, but I know I suck at sticking to things like that, and I do have a digital journal that I do now, like a scrapbooky one, but I will use all of these for sure. Okay, so while we are on the Fairyloot train, let's crack open this special edition set. This is the Winternight Trilogy by Catherine Arden, and I'm surprised that the box is so small actually, because I feel like the From Blood and Ash set came in a huge box. Here we have them. Winternight Trilogy is one of my favorite series. I didn't give all of the books 5 stars, but I did thoroughly love them, and they had like an element that I personally love in fantasy books that I did not expect going into them. So when Fairyloot put these up for sale, I did pay for these, and it gave me the opportunity to have a full hardback set of one of my favorite series. I obviously jumped at it, but this one is The Bear and the Nightingale with blue sprayed edges and fancy end papers. Are they signed? I can't remember. They are. They're hand signed by Catherine Arden, and some foiling under the dust jacket. We then have book number 2 is The Girl in the Tower, orange end pages, and a little horse. Oh, sorry, just thinking about the little horse. Oh, these actually are gonna look really nice if I could fit them next to my From Blood and Ash set, which you guys can see just down there, but I don't think I can. And then book 3 is The Winter of the Witch with green end pages and a bear under the dust jacket. If you guys don't know what The Bear and the Nightingale is about, it is a historical fantasy set in, well, inspired by 14th century Russia, and it's following a girl from this small town who communicates with the spirits of the forest, and the townspeople pay tribute to these spirits in exchange for their protection. However, when the main character's father remarries, he marries this really devout Christian woman, and this is set in the time when like Christianity was taking over Europe, and she comes from the city of Moscow and brings a priest with her who starts to convert the people of Vasia's town to Christianity, which means that the spirits of the forest aren't getting the tributes that they need to survive, and they are fading away, allowing evil forest spirits to slip through the gaps. Oh, they look so pretty next to each other. I can't cope. And then the final one that we have is my Goldsboro Sci-Fi and Fantasy Fellowship for November. I also pay for this one, and this one is just a book only subscription where you get one hardback like exclusive Goldsboro edition that is signed and numbered. It's limited to 2,000 slots on the subscription, and every month they send you this signed numbered exclusive edition. Can't say I'm completely thrilled. Well, not that I'm not thrilled, it's just this book was just not one that was on my radar at all. But I'm gonna try and read it soon, so we'll see if I enjoy it. Something that I do really like about Goldsboro actually is that a lot of their picks for the GSFF are books that I have only vaguely heard of or haven't heard of at all, and I do feel like I read a lot of like really well-known fantasy stuff, so I like that these are bringing me new stuff that I wouldn't pick up on my own. But this is All of Us Villains by Amanda Foody and Christine Lynn Herman. The reason I'm not overly interested in this is because I have no interest in Amanda Foody's other series. Is it Ace of Shades? But I do like The Devouring Grey by Christine Lynn Herman. So all of the Goldsboro books that have a dust jacket on come with this plastic protector, which I really like about Goldsboro, and it is signed and numbered, and my number is 1053 out of 2000, and it is a numbered first edition. And then we also have stenciled edges on here. So I will read the dust jacket for this, as I have no idea what it's about. I'm interested in it because it says villains. I just feel like this looks like a placement holder cover. It doesn't look like a finished cover. Do you know, like when they reveal a title and it has like a bit of design on the text? That's what this looks like to me. But the synopsis says, you fell in love with the victors of the Hunger Games, now prepare to meet the villains of the Blood Veil. After the publication of a salacious tell-all book, the remote city of Ilvernath is thrust into the spotlight. Tourists, protesters, and reporters alike flock to its spell shops and historic ruins to witness an ancient curse unfold. Every generation, 7 families name a champion to compete in a tournament to the death. The prize is their family's exclusive control over the city's high magic supply, the most powerful resource in the world. In the past, the villainous Lows have won nearly every tournament, and their champion is prepared to continue his family's reign. But this year, thanks to their newfound notoriety, each of the champions has a means to win, or better yet, a chance to rewrite their story. But this is a story that must be penned in blood. I'm really excited about this. It's giving me an enchantment, not an enchantment of ravens, the Magician's book, an unkindness of magicians. Is that what that was called? Oh god, I've lost my phone again. An unkindness of magicians. I get it confused with an enchantment of ravens because the title length is the same, and like an unkindness of ravens. But yeah, it's giving me those vibes, and I like that I feel like the synopsis doesn't seem as villainous as the title and this beginning bit makes it out to be. And I would assume that this is YA because they're both authors that have written YA books in the past, but I don't know for sure. But like I said, I do plan to read this pretty soon, so stay tuned for my vlogs if you want to know my thoughts on this one. But I now have a tidy new stack of books that are all absolutely gorgeous. So of course, a big thank you to Illumicrate and Fairyloot for the boxes they did send me to open for you guys. Down in my comments, please let me know like what your favorite items from each box are, and also if you've read this or like you've heard of this, let me know your thoughts on that. And of course, down in my description box, I will put a link to the website for all of these boxes, as well as all of their social media and any discount codes that I have. I do have, the only code I have for these boxes is for Illumicrate, and I should have mentioned it at the beginning, but I forgot. But that is Becca5, and that will get you a discount off a 3 or 6 month subscription. But that is it for me today, guys. I'm gonna go get on with my cozy stormy Saturday. But please don't forget to like this video if you liked it, and subscribe if you wanna. If you head to my description box, you will find a link to my Goodreads, Instagram, Twitter if you'd like to follow me on any of those, as well as a link to my Bookish Candle website, the Instagram for that, and a 10% off discount code. But that's it from me today, guys. Bye!
Oh, you bite your friend like chocolate. You say you will go where nobody knows, with guns hidden under our petticoats. We're never gonna quit it, no, we're never gonna quit it, no.